I've had a message on Facebook Live from Wellison who says, please can you help tell the world about what's going on in southern Cameroon?
That's what we're
I
here
will
to
give
do.
that to you then, yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the original conversations we followed on NewsGrid. So in Cameroon, there's an English and French-speaking part of the country. The division started when the English-speaking southern Cameroonians said they were not represented in or respected by the French-speaking majority government. Southern Cameroonians have been calling for independence so they can create their own country, a place they call Ambazonia. The government responded with a crackdown on the internet, travel, and continued raids on northwest and southwest parts of the country. It's unclear just how many people have died so far. In the last year, though, the situation has gotten worse. Now, just last week, Nigeria extradited 47 Cameroonian Anglophone separatists. They've now been sent back to Cameroon, where the government has described them as terrorists. Among them was the president of the interim Southern Cameroon's government, Ayok Tabe. Southern Cameroonians are demanding his release, and they want to know if the other separatists are still alive. Now, the refugee wing of the UN said that they condemned the forced return of the asylum seekers. And we also urge the government of Cameroon to ensure that the group is treated in accordance with human rights laws and standards. President Paul Biya, he has condemned all violence in the region in Cameroon. A few hours ago on his Facebook page, he reshared this post from a speech that he made last year. Now, in it, he said the government had to take measures to maintain order, protect civilians, and hand over to the judicial authorities those who committed or were suspected of committing these criminal acts. Hashtags have driven the conversation for Southern Cameroonians online. They have a very unified voice, all calling for Ambazonia to become its own state, free of oppression by the current government. Chris here, he's saying that we cannot afford to be second-class citizens anymore. Now, one of the most prominent voices online is Jude Ranze. He's a political activist.
Many Southern Cameroonians wish to see a return to an independent Southern Cameroon because they have, over the course of the last 50+ years, witnessed systematic marginalization at the hands of the French-dominated government. The resolve and resilience has shown itself for over 1 year now, and there seems to be no slowing down or quitting as Southern Cameroonians still religiously boycott schools and fully respect ghost towns. Southern Cameroon was an independent country anyway, so returning to the status quo is a matter of life and death for many.
Other groups are saying Cameroon and Southern Cameroon need to work out their differences and stay as one country. Benjamin Aki Kumge, he's Cameroonian and is an assistant professor at Syracuse University.
Most English-speaking Cameroonians who support unity blame the government for abandoning this crisis to security forces. Some of them are overworked and they make mistakes, compounding the situation. The solution to the crisis is not separation. Now, the separatist group are confused themselves. There are so many of them, and they're publicly raising money for their actions. The way forward is to force the government to take the political actions and to block funding to the separatists.
The spokesman for the UN Secretary General said he supports upholding the unity and territorial integrity of Cameroon and urges all parties to refrain from acts that could lead to an escalation of tension and violence. The Secretary General believes that genuine and inclusive dialogue between the government and the communities in the southwest and northwest regions is the best way to preserve the unity and stability of the country. Now, if you're in Cameroon, please continue to write us. We receive hundreds of messages from you a day, and we very much appreciate hearing from you. Keep sending us story ideas and sharing your story with us. You can write me directly at Leah Harding, AJE, or you can continue to use our hashtag AJNewsGrid.
Which is exactly what, thank you, Leah, which is exactly what Hilton has done using Facebook Live at the moment. And this is interesting, just a reminder that back in April 21st of 1961, there was actually a UN General Assembly, not Security Council, General Assembly Resolution 1608. And Hilton says all the 64 countries who voted that day for the independence of Southern Cameroon must rise to defend their votes. And that goes way back to 1961. So this is a story with a lot of history and developing more and more, as Leah said, with our hashtag AJNewsGrid.